Hello friends, I'm here today to show you how to fall in love with medicine again. So that's my title, Fall in Love with Medicine Again. Do you remember when you got admitted to medical school, even prior to going to medical school? Do you remember how excited you were? And when you got this admission letter and how excited you were about it? Because you wanted to change lives. You wanted to go to medical school and you got in. You were excited. You loved medicine. But then down the road, you realized things were more complicated than that. That getting to medical school is not the end of it. It's just the beginning. There's a lot more things that you need to do. And when you start looking for jobs after you completed your residencies, you find out that it has become so difficult because all the hospitals, all the private clinics, and everyone who invites you to enjoy them and to join them asks you to see about 15, 20, 30, 40 patients a day. How can you see so many patients, remember their names, at the end of the day, in your mind, remember all these patients that you have seen during the day? You go not only one day, you have second day, you have third day, you have fourth day. Some people get one day off, so you get in 4 weekdays. And that basically is not cutting it. Not only that, you find out that you have to do computer work, clerical work. You have to type all these notes for each of the patients that you have seen every day. They call it electronic medical records. Not only that, the different people got together in your field and they had this crazy idea of something called maintenance of certification. Crazy idea of something called maintenance of certification, which means all of the USMLE, step 1, step 2, step 3, certification for your main field, board certification, and board certification if you have a subspecialty. All these are not enough. Believe it or not, this is the only country, the US, where people have to take those additional exams every 10 years. No other country does that. Well, even that does not add anything to our patient care. Studies after studies have shown that doing these exercises, maintenance of certification and all of that do not add to patient care. But we're still doing it anyway. We're still mandating that people take these stupid exams. That doesn't add anything to patient care, which we love to do. So my name is Dr. Benoit Tano, by the way. I did not introduce myself because on purpose. I think that it is insane to do electronic medical records, maintenance of certification, or abide by the government mandates and insurance companies' mandates, and see 20, 30 patients a day and have a life. That is not life. That's not what we signed up for when we went to medical school. That's not why we fell in love in medicine. And that's why many of you go on Doximity and you gripe. You're angry, you're not happy, but nobody is figuring out how to get out of this race, this rat race that we're all involved in. I really think that if there's a problem, there should be a solution. Why can't we, as doctors or healthcare practitioners, find a solution to this problem? I looked and said, all right, maybe we can do something about it. So I have come up with 3 secrets in a training program. The secret number 1 is for you not to see more than 10 patients a day. You can see 3 to 4 new patients and 3 to 4 return patients. Focus on them, give them value, and you don't have to sacrifice your income. If I show you just that, wouldn't you be happy? Wouldn't you liberate the time to enjoy your family, friends, and medicine again? That's why I call fall in love with medicine again, because there is a way you can do that if you know how. So that's the first secret in the training program. The secret number 2 will be patient education. Because you see in so many patients, you don't have time to educate them. And your patients are griping about it. So they have something called gripometer. And the number 1 complaint is doctors not explaining my problems. Doctors not explaining to me why I'm having the condition that I have. They want to know the why. They're not wanting you to say, okay, well, you have this symptom, I give you medication for it. These days, the patients are well educated, many of them. They go on Google, or what we call Dr. Google, and they learn about their condition or what they're having. And they come with that information, plus they have gone to doctor because nobody is explaining to them. They have this pile of papers, they come with that, and they want you to help them. You are the last resort. What are you going to do? You do the same thing. Well, I see you 15 minutes and give you some medication, and you say, well, this patient is not adherent to the medication. They're not following my recommendations. Well, why would they follow your recommendation if they don't know what is happening to them? That's what I want to change. I want to show you in the secret number 2 how to take 15 minutes of your visit, educate your patients, and embed value in that education so that the patient can understand basically why they're there. And it's not so difficult because many of your patients, by the way, fall in the same category. If you're a primary care physician, you can see that the patient they have diabetes, they have blood pressure, they have cholesterol, they have all these chronic diseases, heart disease that you're treating every day. But what is causing them? What is causing these problems? Now, we're not going to apply the 19th century and 20th century protocols to 21st century protocols, because in the 21st century, what you need to know is that our environment has changed, and the environment is involved in the patient's conditions. But we're not taking that into account because we don't know much about it. So in your secret number 2, I'm going to show you that. And the secret number 3 that I have in this training is that you only have to focus on 2 things, 2 body systems that are driving the majority of the chronic diseases. So if you know the body system number 1 and how that interacts with your body system number 2 here that are driving the chronic pathologies, then you can take better care of the patients. And that's what we're going to do. I will show you. So I have a webinar. It's free to you. The webinar, you sign up down below and you take the webinar. It's only an hour and 34 minutes. Many of us waste more time doing other things and not getting value from it. This webinar is going to give you value because it's proven. I have used it. I have used the information in the webinar. I have the blueprint that I follow, and I have helped so many patients. I've been in practice for 12 years. When I went into practice, I wanted to figure out how I can help the patient and love medicine. Now, when I go to work, I don't see that as a burden anymore because I love to explain things. I love to teach my patient. I love for them to understand why they're having all these chronic diseases that are all together, not separate symptoms, and give them the value. And once they know that, they go and tell other patients, and then I get more patients. So that's what I want you to have. So that's why I made this webinar for you. Now, of course, we all do webinars because we want to give you more value even. At the end of the webinar, I give you the opportunity to sign up for my 6-hour online course. You can take the online course 6 hours, but that is not even enough. And you can sign up for the 3-day live course. It's a 3-day live course. you get CME from it. So it is approved for 24 credit hours. So those of you who need CMEs, if you took that 3-day class or 3-day course, you get your 24 credit hours that you can add to some others, and then you have all your end of the year CMEs that is required by your state for your license renewal. You see, so there's nothing that you're losing. You're getting value from it. Of course, if you have questions at the end of the webinar, I give you some value also. I give you a little bonus. And that bonus alone, if you took it and you went, you get more value. But taking the class, you become part of our mastermind, and we can help you and make you move forward with your practice. If you don't know how to get your patients well, we have cases, we can discuss the cases, and we can help you tremendously. So there's value in attending the 3-day class. I invite you all to do the webinar first. Once you finish that, sign up for the training program. If you cannot and you have difficulty signing up, just call us. If you're on the fence and you want to know more before you sign up too, we give you the opportunity. So there will be a phone number. You call us, and I, myself, personally, instead of my assistants, I will explain to you the program. I give you all the syllabus so you will understand what is going to be in the program and how we're going to approach it and all of that. So now, though, sign up below. So then you get the value. And then we see you there. We see you at the webinar. And Dr. Tanu again, thank you for listening.